Hello everyone, and today we'll be looking at the class with the most potential. That's right, today I am releasing the Berserker files. So, let's get Raging Power out of the way. Do you know what Raging Power is supposed to do? Raging Power is supposed to give a 30% minimum buff and 65% with you have full health. It doesn't do that because of a bug, and it does 10% minimum and 30% max. With Mastery, Rage Power Proficiency is supposed to give a 75% damage buff and a 40% minimum buff. Do you know how much damage we are losing as Berserkers? On to my next point. Let's talk about Bloodlust. Bloodlust is supposed to be a 10% damage buff continuously every 2 turns, where you get a 10% damage buff. But in this case, the soft capped bugged it, where it doesn't work. Well, it kind of works. You gain a 20% damage buff when you enter the Bloodlust state under 50% HP, or at 50% HP. And the stacks try to stack. They quote unquote try. After you get a certain amount, up to 8, it's supposed to decrease. But that just slightly just doesn't work how you think it does. With the Mastery, it's supposed to be a 15% damage buff, but you just never get it, and it just doesn't work. Berserker is only 30% of its potential. Compared to all the other classes, it might be one of the most bugged classes in the game. Yes, even including you, Bug Paler. But that's not where it ends. Berserker's Head Splitter is supposed to give a Bloodlust stack. But the problem is that this is just called a Bloodlust stack. It doesn't even last long enough for you to get the damage buff off the turn. It literally ends the turn that you use it on, and it doesn't really do anything. Besides, maybe buff Head Splitter, I guess? Kinda useless, to be honest. Well, those are the Berserker files. Now, I'm gonna be honest, everything here was really sad to look at. I really hope Dusky fixes all the problems with Berserker. This class really just needs it, in general. I mean, you go through all these risks just to, well, die and wipe. Heavenly Prayer is like a must-have on this guy, I swear. But this was the most potential man class in the game. And this was the Arcane Lineage Addict. And I'll see you all later.